Peace and blessings, everybody. Welcome to Chopping It Up in the Lab with the Chocolate Chef. I am your host today and always. We want to welcome you all to today's show. We're going to have a super spicy show. I know I'm saying that. I really mean we're going to have a really super spicy show tonight. So, for those of you all who this is your first time watching, I want to just introduce you all to who I am, who your host, who you're looking at. I am April Muhammad, affectionately known as the Chocolate Chef. I am an educator. I am a life skills coach. I am a food sports competitor, and I've been in the culinary industry for over 20 years, doing a little bit of everything, y'all. Yes, I've been on all sides of the business. This is a culinary talk show, not a cooking talk show, but a culinary talk show. I like to say that because in the culinary world, we talk about farming, we talk about baking, we talk about the restaurant industry, we talk about business. So what we want to bring to you on this platform are some of the talented minds and hardworking people out there in the country, and eventually globally. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to get go on, y'all. So this is like our seventh show, I believe, sixth or seventh show, and it just keeps getting better, y'all. It's just keep getting better. So today, if you're not familiar with the show, we do something when we start the show. We talk about our fun food fact, and last week, our fun food fact was. I'm gonna start giving away prizes if y'all can remember this. Our fun food fact was the pomegranate. Isn't she sexy? Yes. So we learned about the pomegranate. Really, the name really means apple, the seed in apples. That's really what it means. It's from the Middle East, is native of the Middle East, and it is delicious. So in honor of the pomegranate, I shall be sipping on pomegranate juice. Let me take some. Mm-hmm. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Oh, it's tart. Okay, so this week's fun food fact, child, is about sliced bread. Yes, it is. Sliced bread was only invented in 1928. And was referred to as the best thing since bagged bread. I know y'all heard is the best thing since sliced bread, but actually back then it was the best thing since bagged bread. The yeast we use to make bread is an organism floating around in the air that we breathe. So y'all can go and catch some, bag it up, and let's go and make some bread out of it. Bread goes stale 6 times faster in the refrigerator than at room temperature. So everybody that's putting their bread in the refrigerator, don't do that. Please don't do that. And as a baker, please don't put those cakes in the refrigerator, especially if they don't have frosting on them. Anyway, I digress. Feeding bread to ducks actually causes many health problems for them. Didn't know that. So can we stop giving ducks health problems, diabetes, whatever that we're giving them when we do that? Most of the bread, now this may get some of y'all. I knew this for the most part, but I'm gonna be extra careful now. Most of the bread marketed in the US as wheat is actually white bread dyed brown with caramel food coloring. Come on now. So here's the tip on that. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all. So always read the back of the bread, and if it says enrich in the beginning of the sentence or ingredient list, that's not the real wheat bread. You want to see the word whole, even if it's a whole grain, whole, just the word whole wheat. That's what you want, whole. Anything that says enrich, yeah, it's not real wheat bread. All right. So since I've scared y'all for the day, I have a super fantastic guest today. Spicy. Very, very spicy. I'm a little scared. I ain't gonna tell y'all the story. I'm a little afraid. This is a PG 13ish show. And in order for us to stay on YouTube, we do stream from Facebook and YouTube. And I'm pretty mild mannered in my way of doing things, but I don't know if I'm my guest. But look, the brother is talented, but I'm gonna go ahead and read his bio. Let's bring up his bio. So Birmingham native, Time Randall, aka Chef T, worked his way up from dishwasher to executive sous chef at Ollie's Irene under the mentorship of chef and owner Chris Newsom. Soon after, Chef T became head butcher and chef at Bottle and Bones, in which he was featured in the Birmingham Magazine as the vegan butcher. How you do that? How you be a vegan butcher? We gotta ask him about that. That's what's up. He has also served as executive sous chef in many other well-known Birmingham area restaurants. Chef T is currently a professional chef, a personal chef, and owner of Underground Cooking Academy. Now, keep in mind, we had our other vegan chef on, and she had the Underground vegan, but this is the Underground Cooking Academy. All right. So, along with being a chef, now this is what makes him like super special. He is also a gemstone artist, and he's the artist and owner of his company Timepiece. That name alone is so hot to me. His name is Time. He's an artist. His Timepiece, and he's a chef. And I know he cooks with time, right? Look, maybe that's just me. I may be a little corny tonight. Anyways, so in his company, this is where he makes his healing jewelry. In addition to having his album NK4OM, meaning No Country for Old Men. That's kind of cute. I like that. It's coming out soon, y'all. So with that being said, we're going to bring up, I guess, Chef T. What's going on? Peace and blessings. I know, right? Ooh, look at this. Y'all see? Nothing much. Look, brother, when I tell you I'm so happy to have you on the show, and I know this energy is gonna be hot tonight. Look, I'm kind of scared. I'm scared.
You know, keep it. There's nothing but jalapenos and habaneros over here, baby.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. See, this is just gonna be too much for me tonight. So let's go ahead and get your logo up there. Get a little piece. Let them see you in your element doing your jury. So it's so cool. Well, let me let you. I read your bio, but out of from your words, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Boom. First of all, you know, Don Randall, you know what I'm saying? Some say Time, some say Thime. Okay. And you see Chef T, you know, Chef T, baby. I'm behind the wheel and I could drive you crazy.
Oh, he gonna perform tonight for y'all.
Yeah, already know. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go up. But you know, so my name is funny. My name is named after the herb. And I cooked, like I said, cooked at a few spots. Executive sous chef, like I said, sous chef for Ali Irene. I've like I said, had Underground Cooking Academy for a while. I'm trying to figure out. See, I be trying to think of like how I should go.
Look, you sound like me. Do too much when they ask me to introduce myself. I'm like, what part do I introduce?
What part?
Yeah, like the life skill. I just condensed everything to being a life skill educator because I'm all over the place with what I can do. So yes, sir. But yeah, but let's talk about your album. Look, you're an artist. You do jewelry, not just jewelry.
Not just jewelry. Not just jewelry. You know,
talk about that.
So the thing about the jewelry, you know what I'm saying? I started making this jewelry. I got into gemstones. And I realized like how a part of us and our culture that gemstones is, and a lot of us wear jewelry without understanding the meanings of the stones or metals that we're wearing. Right. So I started researching metals. I started researching gemstones. And I started looking at other people's wire wrap. And this ain't no, you know, and this is not the artist that I know. This is just in general, like on a broader scale. And I was like, man, most of the people I saw with gemstones was hippies and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I just told somebody today, I said, look, if I was born in the 70s, but if I was in the 70s as a teenager, I would have definitely been a hippie. I know it. I already know.
That's how I became vegan. My parents are hippie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were kind of like black hippies.
I consider myself now today. I will still probably be considered a hippie because I consider myself a tree hugger. I'm a backpacking tree hugger. So yeah, I'm kind of earthy. I guess that's how you can classify us as earthy. So you're vegan. How is that? So are you vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan. I've been vegan my whole life.
So look, I read the article from 2005 from Birmingham Magazine when it featured you as the vegan butcher, and I was like, what? And that is something. It was talking about how one of the top selling, was it a burger or something that you kind of helped create. Yeah, and then you was just talking about how it was just instinct. And
Yep.
that's the quality of a real chef. Just because you're vegan or like, because I have that issue with I'm not vegan, but I was vegetarian for many years, so I didn't cook a lot of beef, and I did fish. So my specialty is more in fish and chicken. But I
Right.
just told my children, I said that doesn't excuse me from having to learn all the properties and be comfortable with beef. You know, it's like I shy away from beef because I don't eat it and I want to taste what I cook. So tell us about how you do that as a vegan.
Oh man, so let me say this real quick. So when we did the burger, it was me and it was a couple other butchers there, and we was trying to figure out the balance in order to make a good burger. 'Cause we was getting like this wagyu steak and stuff in. It was like, man, we got to make the burger meat. So the thing is, how my mind works when it comes to instinct is I'm into how food works, not just one part. That you know, dynamic into all of it. So when I became a butcher, I was more so into like, okay, I don't eat meat, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna
Right.
be a chef, I have to know everything about food because technically we're food mechanics. And we're food mechanics to
Right.
the body of the person who's consuming the product that we're making. And
Wow.
so we went into so we started thinking about the burger. So we started thinking of the lean to fat ratio and the flavors we was gonna add, the fresh spices, the toasted spices, and we came up with the blend and we did this burger. And the burger was like at that point was like really became one of the most popular
Yeah.
burgers. We had
What was the name of
toppings.
it? What was the name of it?
Well, it was the spot was Bottle and Bone that we was
What?
at. The name of the burger, huh?
Yeah. What was the name of the burger?
And you know what? It was just we didn't really have a name for the burger. You know, and then I think about we didn't even have a
Yeah.
name. But
Wow.
yeah, but it was just it was the burger that was on the menu at Bottle and Bone, and we used the wagyu beef to make it. You know, wagyu
Man,
beef.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
how did you get into the name Underground Cooking Academy? Tell us about that.
Woo. All right, so hold on one second.
Okay. You got to tell us what you're sipping on too. Now I don't drink, but
Oh,
I do like to know what everybody else is partaking in, because other people that watch the show, they drink or they may
true.
drink. But I want you to tell us what you're drinking.
Oh, me, so right now I'm just sipping on a little Uncle Nearest and ginger beer.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what
That's
I'm saying? Yeah.
non-alcoholic.
Huh?
That's not non-alcoholic, is it? Look, I just
What
heard
the
ginger
Uncle?
beer.
Oh no, not the ginger beer. The ginger beer, not, now the ginger beer is good, but the Uncle Nearest, that's that whiskey. You know what I'm saying? The whiskey
Oh,
and
you got that fire in your chest. Okay, I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, you already know. That's right. We gotta stay that way.
What your
We
granddaddy
work
said.
hard out here.
All right, put some hair on your chest. I got you.
You already know.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
tell us
Oh,
about your the name.
Underground Cooking Academy. So it's a funny story. So it started how can I okay, so Underground Cooking Academy. I'm gonna go to the story, but I say originally it was gonna be Underground Cooking School.
Mhm.
But I was like, man, at the time I wasn't even a classically trained chef. This is just an idea that just popped up out the blue. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so
But
I
you
used to
did go to
work.
culinary school a little. You did take some culinary courses, right?
Yeah, I did. That was like so the culinary. I started Underground Cooking Academy 2008,
Hmm.
and I went to culinary school 2011.
That's what's up. I love it. You sound like me, renegade. Like, look, I don't need nobody to certify me. Look,
You feel me? But
yeah, I
it was
got
in
you.
between. It was such a humbling experience.
Yeah.
It was it's so much to it. If I get too long, just let me know.
No, you got it, brother. You got it.
All right, so Underground Cooking Academy. So I used to have an overnight job at this establishment. I'm not gonna say their name unless they cut a check. But so I used to work at this overnight establishment. And so every night after I used to work overnight, I used to get off at 7 in the morning. And I got this job. I just had my daughter, figuring things out. I wasn't no angel, myself. We was all doing, surviving, trying to make money. And so during the time, I used to every weekend, we had like a real small budget, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have much money, but my moms would always have about $10 or $15. I had to move back to the house, do some other things went on. But every weekend I would get my daughter, we would cook and we would play music and we would turn up. So me, give me a shot of Hennessy, we cooking. So I'm making like all these big, and everything, of course, is all vegan because my mom's is vegan as well.
Really awesome.
Yeah. And so every time, so I started creating this stuff. And then I like, after a while, my mom was like, man, that look pretty. You need to take pictures of it. So she got me a camera just so I could start taking pictures of my food. So I'm taking pictures. And one day, boom, here we go. So I'm at my establishment, you know what I'm saying, of my workplace. And I had the film, and I was going to go take the film to get the film developed. I went, got the pictures developed.
Oh, you heard that? You went to take the film to get the film developed. You know how hard it was.
You feel me?
Where they do that at?
Where they do that?
Children don't even know about that no more. Film
you feel me?
That's crazy. Good. I hadn't heard that in so long. I had to say something.
And so I'm getting developed, you know what I'm saying? And I probably got done about 9 o'clock. So I got the pictures. I went to my partner crib. Now I'm gonna say I went to his house. Now the house was a special house where sometimes it was a couple people, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Will, shout out to the homie Pimpin', shout out to the homie Blank, you know what I'm saying? And he was one of my partners, one of them was locked up at the time, but we used to go to his house and just do what we do. So after work, I'm like, man, I'm finna go to the house, you know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do. Went to the house, I passed out. And then by the time I woke up, I'm like, oh man, it's like about 2. I gotta go take another nap. I gotta wake up, be back at work at 9, right? So I had the pictures in my pocket. I dropped the pictures out. Boom. Dropped the pictures out. A couple days later, I go to my partner house, my homeboy Will. I pull up, go to his spot, and when I go in the house, he got all these pictures laid out on the counter. So, you know, we, like I said, we doing what we do, you know, easing our mind. And then I look on the counter.
Look, you know I love the way you telling this story. Because I am so proud of you right now. I am so proud of you.
You know what I'm saying? We YouTube friendly over here. You know what I'm saying? We YouTube friendly. So
it just made out, yeah.
You know what I mean? So y'all know Lil Boosie just eased my mind. So we're easing our mind. And as we're easing our mind, I'm like I said, I look in the counter and I see all these pictures. So I'm like, I look at my partner, I'm like, oh man, bro. I said, I need some pretty pictures. So he was like, yeah, I went over the blanks, you know what I'm saying? Woo woo. And when I looked in the little bench, these pictures had fell out. So I got the pictures, I kept them, and I said I spread them out because I said it gotta be somebody that's in the click pictures. So so I was like, man, so I said, oh bro, because I know, keep in mind, I've never seen the pictures. And outside of taking the pictures, I never really looked at the pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Right, because you passed out, right?
No, you know what I mean? So I was like, I said, hold up, bro, I think those are my pictures. And I looked through them, then he had, he said, and then he showed me the other pictures that was in there, and I saw some pictures of me and my people, and they, you know, taking our shots and shit, stuff. So I'm like, so boom. So I was like, oh man. So he looked to see, he was like, so I was like, yeah, I cooked all of these. I said, this is what me and my mom be doing on the weekend. Wow. So he was like, yeah. So I was like, we'll cook, you know, I'm freestyling and all that. And so he was like, he said, man, we need to do an event. He said, because
so when you say freestyling, I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say freestyling, do you mean rap? So you was rapping then as well?
Oh yeah, I've been rapping since I was 8. I've been battling since I was like 13. But I kind of stopped battling. That's a whole nother story too. But I stopped battling probably about 20 something because you know sometimes stuff is real and you just got to change that perspective. But every day I wake up every day and freestyle every day of my life since I was 9.
Well, before we get off this live, you know you got to do that. So yeah, go ahead.
Look, I stay ready. I stay ready.
I already know.
I wake up waiting sometimes for people to come up and because back in the day, people used to be like, man, come up to me, and they used to always be like, man, you freestyle, I freestyle, and they'll walk up and battle. So I don't even have ciphers no more, but I'm working on the album, you know. But blase.
Oh, look, hold on. I gotta say that one of the sisters, she said, Deja Banks, she said she was like, huh? I guess when you was talking, that's she getting the code now. She got it now. She got it. But she
okay.
And she wants you to drop them bars.
Right now?
Drop the bars. Now we gonna do it before you leave.
Oh,
you drop those bars.
You gotta let me. I thought she was saying I was gonna go, April. You gotta stop me. Okay, so yeah, so we sitting there, so we freestyling doing our thing. Boom. So he was like, man, we need to do an event. And he was like, because I've been vegan and all my partners, everybody know I've been vegan my whole life. And I think so through that era, of like early 2000s, late 90s. Vegan was
How were
like,
you vegan in the late 90s in Alabama? How did that
man,
work? In the hood. How did
you
that work? What
so man, so damn, that's another. I say you got to find your resources wherever you at. You got to find your resources in order so you can still eat. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I found health food stores. I got cool with some farmers at the farmers markets that would just throw me produce. Um, and then I was real creative. My mind always been like how freestyling for me is applied to every form of art.
Yeah.
So freestyling was with the music, the food, jewelry. I used to be a stylist, you know what I'm saying? Everything
When you
was
say
like,
stylist, what do you mean?
so it's fun. So we
Like
had this
hair
urban cook. Huh?
or
Oh
or,
no, no, no,
or
no, no,
dress?
hell no, no, no.
Look,
Not
look,
like
look. He
clothes.
Yeah,
Swag, you know what I'm
look, I just got to
saying?
be clear because I was a stylist, but I was a beautician, so that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking. When
okay,
you
okay,
say
okay.
stylist, I have to get my
Yeah,
language right.
stay like the lingo.
Right, right, right. Oh, look, DJ
So
said she
we
need that full explanation.
so we ended up so long story short, when he said let's do the event, so he was like, bro, so I was like, shit, when you want to do it? He was like, we do it in 2 weeks. Keep in mind, I was a train wreck. And you're gonna understand this, April, because you know how it was going from like, I'm finna do this on my own, I don't need no help too. Once you get colonized and you get
Mm.
structured, you're like, oh my God, I would never do that ever. So right? So he's looking at the pictures. He's like, picking out the stuff that we're gonna do for the event. In my head, I don't know anything about like, um, structure, mise en place, cleaning, none of that.
He
So
said
he picked these
cleaning.
things. Look, I don't understand consistency. I don't understand recipes. I don't understand
Right,
nothing. So
right.
I'm
Well,
sitting
you
here, I
doing
got
that
all
event.
so, huh?
It's just like a man. You gonna do a whole event just because you can cook a little, huh?
You feel me? Just like this because I could cook a little. So boom. So after that, I ended up so we did the event and people, people liked the food. They couldn't believe it was all vegan, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the guys that was there was from the Tuscaloosa News.
Mm.
So it's he wrote. So then after that, he was like, "Man, I need to do an article on you. Like I've never really seen anything like that." And the cat who wrote the article on me, he knew me. He knew different aspects of me. So he was like,
Mm.
"Man, you do this." So I'm like, so then he was like, "So the article's in 2 weeks." So my man Will hit me. I get to the crib, my man Will hit me. Will is like, "Man, we got to come up with a name." So I was like, so we sitting there, so I was like, man, I want to do something underground, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all
Mm.
cool, but we still gritty, you know what I'm saying? And everything started in the underground. You got to plant everything. I don't
Come
care how
on,
dirty,
man.
how far you got to go into the dirt. It starts from the
Right,
underground. Everything
right.
grows up,
Come on,
you know what I'm
look,
saying?
talk about it.
You feel me? So,
Mhm.
so then I was like underground cooking. Then I was like underground cooking school. But then I was like, the difference in us, like, just throughout life. Even my pops, when I was younger, he raised me on certain principles, morals, and codes. And when you're raised in that, I was like, that's academy is more like discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And a
I love the
structure.
word choice. I love the word choice. I'm
You-
feeling that because I just changed the name of my brand from Magic City Flavors to Magic City Flavors Cooking Lab because it's
mm,
in the lab. So that I feel you on this. The word
yep,
choice
in the
is
lab.
everything. Yeah, we in the lab,
Yep,
brother. I love it.
yep.
Go ahead. Like I'm feeling this.
Hey, so you know what I'm saying? So boom. So we was like, so I was like, so I said, nah, bro. So he said underground something like a school. So I said, and I used to err around them. Keep in mind that was the time of like consciousness. It was a time of like it was the era of the medallions. Then it comes
Oh
up to the era
yeah.
of all these different like I don't like 5% of Hebrew Israelite, different things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So
Mm-hmm.
so we was like so in the midst of but I never really follow any groups. I used to always just talk like just knowledge of what I knew. So my partner, so he was like, man, but you be teaching us. So he was like, man, so I said, let's not do school, let's do underground cooking academy because it's discipline, it's solid. We can stamp that. You know
I
what I'm saying? So
love it. I love
we took
it.
underground cooking academy and then we ran with it.
I know,
Ran
I
with it,
love
boom.
it. Look, you already have a book inside of you. I'm telling you. So you doing so much, like from the cooking, from the person being a personal chef to and how is that for you? Because I've had a few chefs on here who are personal chefs. How has
Right.
being a personal chef been for you?
So okay, it's been pretty good. When I first quit the restaurant, it started off slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got it's me and my homeboy. He does got a company called Chef Catering. And when I left the restaurant, he was one who kind of told me like, bro, the value of who you are is too much to be stuck inside of a restaurant
Mm.
for 13, 14 hours.
Whew,
Getting
child,
paid, I'm thinking I'm getting paid good, but he's like, man, let me show you a
$12
different
an
way.
hour. Yeah.
And
I mm.
you feel
Look,
me?
I'm
So
feeling that one.
then
You see, I'm bearing witness. I'm feeling that one right there.
you
Like
feel me?
when you are a bottle of energy and your light has to shine. Like you
Yep.
can't just be bottled up in this place, or it'll kill you slowly. It'll kill
Oh
you.
my
So,
God, yeah. For
you got to put
real.
that talent out there. So
Yep.
man, so how has COVID kind of uh has it helped? A lot of people said it helped them in their business. How is
So in it helped. In the beginning, it stopped a lot. It stopped a lot for me. So to be honest, now I'm more in like now it's good. Like now it's good. The summer was good to me. I mean,
mm-hmm.
it's good. It's real good.
Because you got
I
different
want to
streams.
like, but it's like a readjustment.
Right. Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, but it's good though. It's definitely good.
That's the reality of it. Now, you
Mhm.
talked a lot about your mom,
Mhm.
with the cooking. Was she a part of your inspiration, or what or who was your inspiration to get you into cooking?
Really, it was a couple things. Definitely my mom's. So, see, this is the other funny part. Okay, so picture this: you're vegan, right? In the
Mhm.
'80s, right? We just moved from Long Beach, California, to Utah, Alabama.
Wait, so you not from Alabama?
Uh-uh.
Oh Lord, I gotta change your bio. Y'all forgive me. I told y'all this man was Birmingham native.
Oh
My
no!
bad. My bad. Oh, you a
Now that's
Cali
my. I should have told you
man.
that.
Yeah, I thought okay, you a Cali man. All right.
Yeah, but I moved down here when I was young though. We was real young.
Okay.
Um, but the thing is, um, so in the '80s, it was like so. How I started cooking, got into cooking was so we moved down here. We had to find different places to eat, but we had to eat the same thing over and over for a long time. Ever since I was younger, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like
sound like my children. That's how my children's like a pot of bean soup.
for real. For
They ate bean
real.
soup so much when they was little that now, they just starting to appreciate it as adults now, but they were so sick of bean soup.
I'm telling you, yeah. Like, but but those things, also discipline. Those things teach you a level of discipline.
Right.
But so and certain things like so vegan ice creams, vegan like
Mm.
candy, anything vegan that wasn't vegan on the time was dumb expensive. Like a vegan cake donut during the time we used to love them. It was $4 for one donut. You see what I'm saying? So so I ended up so boom. So being that I wanted those certain things, we had I think we froze up for a second. We good?
Yeah, I hope it's not
Okay.
on my end. Last week I had a terrible, terrible situation. So if it's a bad connection this week, I'm straight in from the Ethernet. But I'm gonna get some free service if it's bad this week. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want to see.
I bet, no worries. But yeah, so so long story short, so my mom's got this book, right? This cookbook called The Tofu Cookery. And so when I saw the cookbook, I'm looking through this food cookbook and I'm fascinated, like, wow, all this is vegan? We can eat all this? And so I was like, man, I gotta figure out how to make this stuff because this is how I want my food to look and this is how I want my food to be. So when I was about when I was 8, I started making these vegan chocolate brownies and these vegan Rice Krispies. Every time we wanted them for the house, that would be the treat. My mom's a hollering like, "Look, you
Mm,
got to make the brownies, you got to make the Rice Krispies." So I was like, I would do it. So every time I did do it, I always try to figure out how to make it better, make it close to how a regular brownie looks,
Right,
or
right.
like perfect, like in a package. Boom. Then I turned 11. Excuse me. We used to be real big in the farming, and
Oh, really? So oh yeah. Look, we gonna get to that because I saw you doing some preserves. I was like, come on, man,
hey,
from the hood doing some preserves.
yes,
Everybody looking at me like, oh my god, you do preserve? This brother does preserves. I was trying to
yep.
pull up this video. Actually, I do have a video. We gonna play that. We're gonna play
Oh,
that.
it was like, hey, that's
Yeah,
something
we
that's
gonna
there.
play that
And
video.
look, now let me tell you, we have to
We
put a
gotta
little
set that
warning
video
before that
up
one. You
before
know
we
what
get
I'm saying?
right, right.
So we was like, yeah, so I started taking like different things, like, so got 11. So when we had the farm, it was like amazing because when the crops hit, it's like you got so much food.
Hmm.
And so every day on the weekends, we used to have to wake up early, you know what I'm saying, go hit the farm, then we'd come back to the house. And on the weekdays, so when like after school, I would come home, we used to have a cabbage. We literally, okay, like Cabbage Patch and all that, like the Cabbage
Right.
Patch dogs, we literally had a Cabbage Patch. And you know what I'm saying? So I would go every after school. I would cut up could pick an onion out the garden. I'll pick a cabbage and I'll cut it up and I would saute it and steam it every day. And then after that, we would
Wow.
take the peas and I would season the peas and I would cook the peas out of the garden.
Mm,
And so then after that, my mom, she used to always just let me do the cooking and experimenting with
mm.
everything. So she was kind of like like really, my mother and my grandmother are the ones who made me, like, got me into cooking, and then they allow me to be exactly who I am. So as
Wow.
I grow into who I am. So now I'm 41. It's like people's like, certain things like, man, you still wearing, you still, nah, but damn, I can't
Right.
change. Like, well, yeah, I'm growing into myself,
I
not out
love
of
it.
myself.
I love it. See, in that authenticity, that's what's hot. Khadijah said that's dope. It really is.
Hey,
That's
Deja, what's
dope.
up? Turn up.
Yes. I know, right? She's from Tampa. She was our guest last week, and she has a really good story too. She did
Mm.
awesome she did an awesome what was it a Zoom class. She did a Zoom class for a baking class for the little children and my little daughter and myself. Now my daughter thinks she can run a whole business for cookies. And then you got Chanel. She said that that creative freedom is everything, and I bear witness. That's
Facts.
my cousin right there. Shout out to my cousin.
Hey, what's up, cousin?
Yeah, it is.
Facts.
When you're able to be yourself, you just flow differently. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? What you're doing doesn't seem like a burden. I feel
No.
sorry for people. Now we need money. We all need money to survive, but it's just something about getting money while you doing what you love. That's a
Yes.
whole nother experience.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep, for
it's a,
real.
so what's your most popular like dish?
Wow.
That one everybody's like, give me more, or it's the one that is most requested.
Now, damn, that's a hard one for me. Cause see, I'm more. Damn. Okay, I guess the best way to explain this is, I'll say my
Because you
baking,
yeah, I was just
huh?
gonna say you like bake and see it's a difference between a baker and a cook, but you do it
Exactly.
all, brother. Like you
Yep.
are across the board, and it's rare that you find people like I do that too. Most people put me in a category as a baker until I throw out a dish, and they're like,
Straight
"Oh
like
yeah,
that.
you do all that and do the preserve." So when I saw you
Yep.
do that, I'm like, hold up, rewind.
Yeah.
This brother is a baker. He's sitting
Yep. I
up here,
bake.
got dishes, and he preserves. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And he
And I'm a
flows.
butcher.
And
I'm a
he oh,
butcher.
oh my god. Now I ain't got that far. But look,
And,
I
yep.
I give you mad respect. Let me tell you this story about you. So we weren't in the same circles, but somehow we never really saw each other, but maybe once or twice, right? Like it
Exactly,
really
which is
was.
crazy. Yeah.
I heard your name so much, it irritated me. I'm gonna be honest. I hate to say that.
Oh,
You gotta get with brother. You gotta get with brother. Da, da, da. And I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying?
right.
So when I met you, right? So day one I met you, you was like, yeah, da, da, da. I was like, whoa,
Right. Whoa. I know.
this dude got energy, right?
Yep. See,
I
people
went
think I just be. I just be like, nah, I'm like that for real all the time.
Yeah, like
Yep.
for real. And so I think your baby was there. He was there, and it was just so funny, man. So
On my
every
little
single
river.
yeah, River was there. Yeah,
Hey.
and he's so sweet. He's so funny to me. And so yeah, and so I think I've been talking about getting with you for the longest. Just so happened you got that call about us the
Yep.
project we got coming up next week, and when
Yep.
that happened, and my guest had to I had to shift my guest. I was like, if this not divine, I don't know what is. So not
It's the
only
universe.
I'm telling you, not
Yep.
only am I getting to work with you now and flowing that energy, like this year has been so hot when it comes to working with some of the most dope chefs and networking. I don't
Mm.
know if you know Daniel Knight with Date Night Catering. Like I was like, who is this dude? I did the same thing, and he got the same energy as you. His whole
Hey.
lingo is the same, like turn up. Like when you
Yep.
said that, I was like, oh my goodness. So
Yep.
y'all gotta connect. Like seriously, we gotta bring all these chefs.
Let's do
And
it.
Birmingham is like a powerhouse when it comes
It
to
is.
talent that's here. So yeah, man, oh my
True.
goodness. So okay, we talked about who inspired you. We you was talking about your favorite, your most popular
Oh
dish.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let me see. So I'm a technique person. So a lot of people who like my clients who I've cooked for, um, they just like the biggest thing with me is just time cook. That was the thing, man. Just cook something. Just cook something.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never done the same thing. You know what? I say one of the things I do. I say one, and it's crazy because it's not vegan, but it's called the Pock wings, right?
Oh, tell us about that.
Boom. So long as it's a story with it. Every recipe is a story. It's real life over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, all right. So the Pock wings. So when I was at Ali Irene and I was coming up, I went from dishes and I was on prep.
Mm.
When I was on prep, like my mentor during the time, he was real hard on me. Like that's another story. Certain things we'll go into off camera and then
Mm,
we'll talk about it. Then maybe we could bring it back on camera.
right,
But I
exactly.
just say it was a hell of a time in the restaurant. But when I was on prep, so he used to always ask me like one mistake I made. I walked in the restaurant. I said, boom. He said, I told him I was a chef. And he's a real chef. I'm not
Right,
a chef
right.
at all.
Oh, they get on you, man. He's like,
What?
what? Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
so when I went in there, and so he started, in other words, that set him up to always challenge me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when I was on prep, when I started prepping things, he used to hit me with recipes. And every time he hit me with recipes, he'd be like, how this taste, how this taste, how this do, blase blase. And so it was this one recipe, it's called a Pock wing. And the Pock wings is a recipe, it's an Asian recipe that any element you could think of from sweet, salty, umami,
Mm,
spicy, herby, earthy.
wow.
These wings are probably like wings for like kings and queens. You see what I'm saying?
What?
And
What?
so, really, and I know people probably be like, "Man, he's just talking his track down," but I'm like,
Now
"Look, so
I
what?
gotta taste it now.
I got you. Look, so
Yeah.
what it is? So you take the wings. I'm gonna break it down real quick.
Okay,
The
y'all
sauce.
listening? Y'all listen. Y'all getting a free recipe
Yeah,
on
right
here
there for the
tonight,
kid.
right?
And they,
Yeah.
now people be having the recipes and they be like, "Ah, man, that's a
That's
secret,
what I
man. It ain't no
want.
secrets with Chef T,
Right.
baby. You ask me, I'll
Look,
give it
I
to you."
love it. I love
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Look,
what was my bus about, baby? If you give it to me, I give it to you. You know what I mean? But
I
anyway,
love
so
it.
boom. So you take the sauce. It's gonna sound crazy, but you gotta think. So the sauce is fish sauce, sugar, water, fresh garlic, right?
Okay, I can feel that. I got that.
All right. So then you take the wings, you fry them in rice flour, get them crispy. Boom.
Mhm.
When you get them crispy, now when you take the sauce, you put the sauce in the skillet. You put the sauce in the skillet, you let it boil. You're gonna let some of the water evaporate out, so the sauce gets sticky. But
Mhm.
right then you add in garlic sambal, garlic, which is the Asian garlic chili paste. You add in cilantro and you add in green onions. And then once it bubble, boom, you throw the wings in it, right? You let them
Mhm.
bubble for a second. You take the skillet, you toss them, you toss them, you toss them. And as you toss them, you're going to see the wings go from like crispy and brown to like sticky and glossy and sexy, like. And
Oh,
then you see what I'm saying? Then and the wings come out like a nice bright red. You got your fresh herbs on the top, they're crispy. You got salty, so your texture is there. You hit your flavor elements and you hit your textures.
right.
Boom. So that's the pot
Wow.
wings. You know what
Say,
I'm saying?
look,
Chef T.
so I got a YouTube show as well. You got to come into the lab and we got to do something for YouTube because that right there,
Let's do it.
I thought I was the only one, not necessarily the only one, but I know every time I refer to food as sexy, people start looking at me crazy. And I'm like,
Right?
no, when it's something food porn or foodgasm, I'm like, you've never had one? You like, you
You never
missed it
had one?
out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you missed it out. Speaking of that, I'm gonna play something for the people. Cause no,
Hey.
before I play something for the people, go ahead and tell us why you refer to food as sexy.
Boom.
What's the
That's why I
science
refer to
behind
food as
it?
sexy.
Because we're not talking. You go ahead. I ain't gonna say my part. You say yours. You the guest.
Oh yeah, bet real quick. So when I first started cooking, like I said, it was, hey, I got them for you. I got them for you. I
Right.
ship them out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all right. So I ended up the sexy thing came. So when I started cooking, first I was in culinary school. My mentor is this cat named Chef Jerome, and he was French.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw how the food, so the first chapter, whenever I do a book, the name of my chapter is going to be called My Ego.
Oh, I'm buying that book now.
You
You
feel
talking
me?
my language, brother.
And
Listen.
now I'm gonna
Oh
tell you the
my,
first thing people be like, why you be so humble all the time, and why I don't be.
yeah.
I'm not, because so everything I got, everything I've learned it the hardest and humblest way. Boom. So let me tell you how sexy. Sexy for me became a humble word, and it put me in a place of humble and comfort. So when I
Mm,
first started cooking, I had some pretty food, and it was cool for what it was, but it didn't have that pop to it. It didn't have that extra layer of shea butter on it. You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? It didn't have that glow to it. You know
That
what I
glow.
mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, but when I started cooking, my mentor, I would be under so much pressure. And when you're in a restaurant, you're under a lot of pressure to create like beautiful food real
Yes.
fast.
Woo, child.
And so when I was on prep though, he would always, like, I would get in the restaurant at 9 o'clock. I wouldn't leave till like 1 in the morning for like
Ugh,
almost 4 years straight. That's another story. But
yeah.
so when I got there, so I would start working with ingredients. I'm working with recipes. And one of the things that he would say was, he'd be like, can you, like, one day he asked me, do you know how to make a soup? And I was like, man, I know how to make a soup, right? I went and made a soup. He was like, that's not how you make a soup. He said, but what he did was he gave me a soup cookbook. He said, you need to read. You need to read. Read this
Mm-hmm.
book. And he said, when you come back tomorrow, you need to tell me how to make a soup. Boom. Now this is
Mm.
where the sexy come in. So as I was saying, I read about soups. First, I read the intro to the cookbook and the theory on the chef and how he felt when he said, I'm going to specialize in soups. And then when I looked at the process, I learned that everything is a process. And that
Mm-hmm.
process has to be put and done in the proper steps in order to make it have the end result that you want to.
Ooh.
Picasso, you see what I'm saying?
I
He
know
didn't
it's
just throw
art.
shit on the wall.
It's art.
I'm sorry. He didn't
You
just throw
got it. You
stuff
got it.
on a wall
Right.
or a different artist. They think about it. And then when you put that on their canvas, you look at the end result, it's like, ooh, when you
Yes.
get that new outfit, when you step out, it's different. I don't care.
Right.
You could be feeling great that day. You go
Right.
shopping and you step out and you get that fresh cut and get that fit, you feel different. So
Right.
when I used to cook and make things, I throw it on a plate. I'm putting all this food on the plate. It doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
got no structure.
Come on now.
And one of my mentors said, man, I took on my plate one day. He said, man, that looks like a bunch of slop on a plate. He said, let me show you how to tighten it up. But keep in mind, my ego during the time was allowing my feelings to get hurt. My ego was
Ooh.
making me say, why you coming at me like that? You don't blah, 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 blah. But when he showed me and he redid that joint and I looked at that plate, I said, oh, you bad, baby. You
Right.
bad.
Right.
And
Right.
then when I started learning how to do that, I'm just going through my flow and I'm going through my prep. Then when I started cooking and I'm lining my plates up, I'm looking how gorgeous the colors are popping. Each
Right.
sauce is sticking to the plate right.
Come on now.
Everything is cooked to a certain temperature. Everything is stacked up. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Just
I start
right.
grooving, doing my
Yeah.
dance on them. Then I
Yes.
start saying sexy because It was an empowering word. Like sexy is different than beautiful cuteness. Sexy is everything. You got the aura. It has the
Mm.
embodiment to it. It has the whole energy. And when I started making my food, I said I got to make you sexy, baby, because then I love you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow. Look,
Like
nobody on this show listening, all our viewers gonna look at food in a different way after tonight. I
for
promise
real.
you that. I'm
You know what I'm
serious.
saying? Cause
Good.
look, real quick, cause when you see sexy, you see everything about sexy isn't about like all this extra like fictional beauty and all that.
Right, right,
Sexy is
right.
about exactly what it is. You can see
Mm.
everything about it. It isn't no wall covering. It's kind of like your mind. You open up your mind, you walk
Right.
different, you talk different. You see what I'm saying? That's sexy.
And
When you open
look,
that food palette up and you put it on that plate, people hear it, they see the smells. Come on, man. You got
look,
it's
I
turning me
couldn't,
on now.
no, no, Lord. Listen, I could not have explained it any better than what you have because
Bless
now
up.
you gave me something to work with now. Now, with that being said, let me give y'all a little warning. this
Boom.
video, this video we about to play. It's PG. It's PG. But this is an example of what he means about food being sexy. All right, here we go. We go play this video, y'all.
Hey, it's your boy Chef T, baby. Y'all know what we doing, man. Bringing the world together with this swag, this nice, clean, healthy food, this energy, man. Smiles. Right here, you know what I'm saying, working on this homemade sauerkraut. You know, people be like, how do you know it's alive? How do you see all those bubbles? That means it's alive, right? It's sexy. Ooh, you saw that bubble move? And all these are um, local cabbages from local farmers. So check this out. Bing, this is how you know it's alive. Watch how this go crazy. Oh man, look at that. That's all natural. Oh, that's all natural. Look at that. Look at that. That's all natural carbonation from the earth, man. Where they do that at? Ooh. Look at that. Chef T homemade sauerkraut. Y'all know what it is. Protected by timepiece.
Hey,
Man.
Chelsea, baby. Ooh.
Woo, look, when I was putting that video, when I was playing that video, my 6-year-old Kevin, she's like, what's happening? I was hurt. I was sorry. I couldn't do that but laugh.
Like,
I
how
was
do I
like,
explain that? How do I explain it?
I know, right? I was weak. So I was so weak, right? It was so funny
Yeah.
that I said, I gotta play this on the show. Like it has to be played. Hold on, we got like 5 comments. Let's see. Oh
Turn it
man,
up.
everybody. Oh, since my cousin said food porn for real.
Hey.
She is weak at it. I'm telling you, man. This has been real. This has been real. Okay, so man, like you probably the main one, and I'm my one of the guests. I knew I was gonna go about an hour with because I already know.
Real
Usually
quick.
we try to do. Oh no, we got time, brother. We got
Oh,
time.
okay.
But no, so I'm not rushing you. I'm just saying, like, usually we stay within 30, 40 minutes. But I already knew the energy that you was gonna be coming with. Nah,
Hey.
that was gonna work. Yeah. So go ahead, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Boom. So, funny thing about so that video, the beauty of that video, all that sexy in it, all that gorgeous and bright. It's
Yeah,
the proper process of fermentation.
it looked
So
like
let's
it too.
go.
It looked like it.
You feel me? So the sauerkraut, kimchi, natural home brews, all those different things. It's such a don't do it like that, Miss Bay. Don't
Oh,
do that.
Mrs. He hates you. Look, ain't nobody going to sleep. Nobody's gonna look at food right no more. Oh my god. Oh my god. We need
Look,
okay. Oh, okay. So the
look.
fermentation, right?
Yeah, so the proper process of fermentation creates like understanding the proper how fermentation works is what made that sexy. If the
Right.
process was off, it'll be good sauerkraut, but it won't be sexy though, because it'll be
Mm.
missing certain elements.
Come on
You
now.
know what I'm
And the
saying?
brightness of it, yeah, like you just see it and you want it. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
alive. Like,
I feel that.
yeah.
So with you being so freaking passionate about everything you do, because I call
Hmm.
myself a balancing passionate person. I think we had one guest on here. What did she say? She said she was a multi-passionate person, and you're definitely that. How do you balance that? Being a gemstone, artist, being an artist, really, you're an artist across the board. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything you put your hands on, you're an artist at it. So how do you
Yep.
balance
So, I've learned the difference. I've learned that that my sanity is your insanity,
Wow. Let me write that
right?
down. Hold on, because I'm gonna use that. My sanity. Keep talking, because I'm taking notes.
Boom. So I've learned like a lot, man. A lot of humbling lessons through life. You know what I'm saying? And so I've learned this is real stuff. I've learned that. So once again, my sanity is your insanity. So a lot of times, um, so art for me is therapeutic,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I sub like so my mind, the way that my mind works, it's like I see everything as art all the time.
Mm.
People. The reason like me, I deal with everybody the same. Any form of life the same, just high
Man.
power and good energy. Because my thing is because I see it as art. So I think through life as things and rhythms and motions and art. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather take my frustration and turn my frustration of energy into a positive energy and put it towards something and use it as an outlet. So
Come
when it
on.
comes to rap, when it comes to food, when it comes to jewelry, yeah, I see it as all one rhythm.
I love
You just
it.
gotta you just gotta put a different beat in place. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. And that's exactly how I flow too. But of course, mine is, I wouldn't consider myself as creative as you, but it's still a part of the arts. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I look at you and in awe of how you are able to just like extract that through the designs that you have with your jewelry, the plate. Like, you're not just plating food. We just heard that you're not just putting
Mm-mm.
food on a plate. So you
No.
are an artist. You are a true artist in every sense of the word. So speaking
Thank
of
you.
all that art, you gotta drop some bars before we go into our next
Hey.
episode. Go on, drop a bar for us. Go on, drop a couple of
Okay.
bars for us.
Let's see. I drop bars heavy in my shake the ground. Switch the energy. Chef T came around. I learned how to get the recipe and break it down and make the best pound cake that's up inside your town. I think
Ooh,
fast and I go better. Plus, I make it hot like habaneros and wool sweaters. And I
hey.
make cheddar, and so we call it. I make cheddar. We might call it cheese. And I spit so cold, we make the room freeze.
Oh, hey,
That's
hey,
light though.
hey, but
That's
I
light.
take it because that's hot. Look,
Thank you.
bars. What they say,
Bars.
bars. Look,
I didn't
you
want to
just
go south. I didn't want to go too vicious because the longer
yeah,
I go, hey, D,
hey.
oh, man. I'm gonna have to
Hey,
see
that's
you
that
some
stuff.
lanes
That's
out
that
there, man.
Florida.
Holla at me.
Yeah, I know, right? Florida coming up out of it. So look, we going into that to another flow of the show. And
Okay.
this flow is well, I'm gonna go into the would you rather before I go into the kitchen conundrum, right? So
I bet.
this is where we have chocolate pairings. You take foods that people usually wouldn't pair together with chocolate, because I am the chocolate chef, you know what I mean?
Hey.
So yeah, I can't have a show without talking about some chocolate.
Yeah, I
So
didn't know that
right,
chocolate.
I know, right? Dripping. Okay, anyways, we gonna stay straight, right? We gonna stay okay.
Okay, so focus.
So here we go. Chocolate and bananas or chocolate and jackfruit.
Oh,
Yeah, I threw that jackfruit in there. I was thinking about
you
that.
feel me? Okay,
Yeah.
look, let me tell you. So, me personally, on the natural flow of things, I would have said chocolate and banana until I had raw jackfruit about 3 years ago, and it
Mm.
tastes like caramel. So
Oh
let me tell you what
wow.
I would do. Boom. We'll take that jackfruit. Boom. Put it in the pot. Go ahead and reduce that jackfruit down. Hit it with a little sugar, a little sugar water. Reduce it down to a little jackfruit caramel.
Mm.
Melt the chocolate in a double boiler. Now I'm saying this. I'm like the process might not be all the way because I know it's a different.
Because
It's
you're
got a
going
good
through your
measure of
head.
sugar,
Like, yeah, you're going through your
right?
head.
But I
Yeah.
would infuse the chocolate with the jackfruit syrup, right?
Wow.
You feel me? Look, take that chocolate and jackfruit syrup. You can do a couple things with it. As a savory, take that take that chocolate and jackfruit syrup and blend it up with some type of pork something, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or or as a dessert, ah man. So you take a chocolate.
No, this is not messing up. Wait. Okay, y'all, hold up. We lost him, and I was all into it. He's gonna come back in, y'all. Here he comes. Hold on. Look, I got you. I got you. Look, I'm telling you, got to be careful this week because I'm about to go. I'm about to call Spectrum.
I'm telling you, Spencer better get that mind right.
You know what I'm saying? We lost you at the good part. Okay, go ahead.
You feel me?
We doing it. We about to put the chocolate and jackfruit syrup on. Go ahead. It is a dessert.
All right.
We into this now.
So boom. So see to me, but when you do something like chocolate and jackfruit, it's about the chocolate and jackfruit. You want to taste that. So you know what I would do? I would do a chocolate upside down jackfruit pound cake and finish it with the jackfruit chocolate syrup and finish it with the candied jackfruit on the top. You know what? Just for crunch, let's do some toasted candy pecans. Hey!
Oh man.
Who
Oh,
have they done that yet? Wait, do we need to do that?
That's
Do we
on
need
the,
to do that?
the books, brother. That's in the books. We putting that in the books.
Let's do
Look,
it.
on the
Let's do
show.
it.
We got to make that. Woo, you about to
You
put
feel me? How
going in
sexy
the
would
bag.
that be?
Bruh, listen. Oh, okay. I can't even get through the quiz. Listen, my brain now. You just blew my brain with this. All right.
You
So
feel me? Oh, look, so real quick. See how that and tell you something. See, when you see something that's sexy, you just want it. So with that time, when I said that, even though that was like a quick little freestyle putting it together, now see already my mind, now how my mind works. My mind is already developing the recipe as I was saying it. So now I want that.
Chef. That's a true chef. That's what I'm saying.
Sexy. Oh, talk that talk. And then you had to tell me stop turning me up.
I know, right? Listen, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little crazy with it now. All right.
Let's do it.
Chocolate and steak or chocolate and fish?
Oh, you see, I ain't gonna front. You gotta go chocolate and steak. You gotta go chocolate and steak. You know why?
Fish. Now tell me about the steak.
Only reason I would do steak because of the fat content in the steak, and chocolate mellows out with fat.
So look at the science.
The science. So chocolate, people, when you like, so by the time we get chocolate, it doesn't taste anything like the original. So, you see what I'm saying?
But we did a fun food fact and found out chocolate, the cacao, is actually a vegetable. It's in the same family as oat and cotton. So we right on it. We right on it. Hey,
you see it?
Yeah.
All right, boom. So see with the steak. So this is how I would do. I would make a chocolate butter. Boom. Right. So you make it now. Cause see, okay. So you use so you use a bit of chocolate. Right?
Okay, I got you.
Bit of chocolate, butter, a little bit of honey, and then use herbs. Now it gotta be like herbs. Like you gotta use spices. You gotta use your cardamom, coriander, white pepper.
Bro, you talking my language. You said white pepper? That's what's up.
Now, you take your really good, fatty, nice, good piece of steak. Boom. You crust it. With the spices. Right? Don't toast the spices ahead of time or anything. Just have the raw spices, grind them, crust the steak. And then when you do that, because when you hit the skillet, it's going to toast the spices. Right? As soon as I was going to sear it up, I would sear it up to like a nice almost medium. Bing, turn it over, and I would take the chocolate butter, I would throw it in the skillet, and I would baste the steak with the chocolate butter. Bow, bow.
Lord,
put the steak on the plate, put the chocolate butter on top, finish it with just fresh herbs and nice little Maldon salt. That's it. Therefore, the chocolate.
You need to go on a cooking show. Like they called me to go on one of these baking shows. I wasn't ready. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't ready to go for the Food Network.
I got a funny story about that.
You've been called? Have they called you?
Yeah, I got called 3 times. I got called twice for Hell's Kitchen and one time for Master Chef.
What's up? What happened?
But
Well,
see, when
yeah,
it went down,
I can't blame you now because when I got my call, I was like, eh. So yeah.
well, so the first times, I'll be honest, the first time when I got called for Hell's Kitchen, is long story short. I really wasn't keeping. I never cooked meat yet, so my
See?
mentor was like, I went and took. Like I told my mentor, he looked at me. He said, everybody was like, "Oh, that's dope, man. You should do it." 'Cause they're looking at my personality and
Right,
they
me
know that
too.
I can cook.
Right.
So look, so during the time, so I'm going in there like, "Oh man," I told my mentor that, man. He looked at me like, "You don't even know how to cook meat yet. He'll eat you up in that kitchen." You know
Man.
what? So right there, my ego said, why? He just want to keep me here, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But you know what I said? The universe said, you know what? Listen to him. And I just said, forget it. And then when I went back and then I trained up and I started learning and I really started, my mind started opening
Right.
up. By the time I became executive chef, then he said, now look at you now. He said, you can make choices now. You know what I'm saying? He used to tell me he said, now you could get a check. He said, now you can, if you want to do the TV show, you can now because you have the knowledge.
Right.
You know
See,
what I'm saying? So
you know
now
what? Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'll
You
do it
gotta
now.
feel it. Yeah.
You
I'm
gotta
with
feel
you
it.
too. Let them call me
Yep.
again. Yeah, I'll go. I'm right
You
with you.
feel me?
Look.
We in there now
Yeah,
though.
we start our own show, man. We do this thing. Let me tell you. So going into food sports, I learned a lot going through all these competition, and I kept saying I want to see all of it because I want to do a competition. I want to start hosting competitions. You got people like yourself, me, Daniel, which y'all got to connect. Like I don't even know how that hasn't happened yet either. But y'all
we might have crossed paths.
yeah, well, yeah, probably, but he got a lot of hot stuff coming up too. But anyways, that's
But
neither
see,
here nor there. But we got
another
to
thing with me, I'm not competitive. I've never been like a competitive person.
I am.
You
I'm
see,
not
I already
competitive. Look, I am. I'm not gonna even
let
tell
that
you.
Capricorn popping.
Yeah, that Capricorns are competitive. I'm sorry. Like we climbing mountains, beloved. Even though I'm scared,
But if you
I got
want
a little bit.
somebody, but if you put me in a contest or a situation, I know how to not lose as much as I can.
Come on now. Come on. Now, see, I'm competitive because I got a little ego. Now, that you hit me with that ego thing.
Yeah.
I was humbled when I went to the World's Food Championship. I ain't practice, I ain't do nothing. Bruh, they humbled me up here with all these chefs from all over the place thinking I'm finna go in there with the grandma recipe. Man,
Nah.
yeah. I changed my whole way of thinking. That ego has simmered down a whole lot when it comes to competition. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have some fun, yada yada. And so
But
we went
see,
to Vegas, and then I was just having fun, but I wanted to win too. So yeah.
yeah, but see, my thing is like I used to, I used to be like, cause see from battling, I used to be
Yeah,
like a
that's what
different
I'm
type
saying.
of,
Come on now. Yeah.
and like, but it was a more of an aggressive setup. And as I
Right.
got older and like different things started happening to me and I started going through different things, and I was like, man, you know what? It's strength in being humble because
Hell
you know what
yes.
I'm saying? When you're humble,
Yes.
you relax. So if I go in a competition like now, like if I do a show like last year before COVID, I'm performing. I'm the oldest dude about to perform. But by the time I get ready to perform, different people's coming up because they're like, man, he just looked like he's lit. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm
Like
saying?
you about to
And
turn up. And
I'm
you
about to
do.
turn up. But only reason I be like that because when I got humble, things started to flow easy. Because when you have an ego, you have to put energy towards that extra emotion of an ego.
Ooh, now you
You
talking
see what I'm
spiritual
saying?
talk. You talking spiritual talk right now on a Sunday. You taking us
Check
to
this out.
church, mosque, and synagogue right here. All in this right here.
Hey,
We all in the house right now. Jeez. Wow.
and so like, but when I learned more so about the definition of like ego, and I started paying attention to my own ego, I was like, you know what, Bing, I'm gonna take that and push it straight towards a humble. So then therefore I just became a walking light, and I started understanding and becoming just more of who I was. So if I was just sitting there and I'm like, okay, somebody come up to me want to compete. Now, if somebody want to battle me or freestyle a cipher, like my whole style has switched up. It got more relaxed. I got a whole different type of glow with it. Now we ready. Now I'm ready. And I don't even have to have no ego. I could just, people come up to me with egos, especially, and I know you know from being a chef, how many people come up and, I could cook too. Like, you know what I do? I just be quiet and I sit back and I agree with them. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Now, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, okay, you do it, then let me do it real quick. And then I just might leave.
Bro, I got a story to tell, but look, because these just said easing God out, and that's true. We are in the flow of God when we are humble, but when the ego easing God out, that's what we do. We take him out of the equation. We take that God factor out. Yeah, we take that God factor out, so we can't be as creative as we naturally are. So, true story. So I was in the it was like All-American Chef Battle. It was one in another competition. Now, I really was doing that. It was fun. When I say I ain't had no ego, I didn't even really want to go. But I had already put my name down, and if you didn't show up, you would have to pay. And I'm like, I ain't about to pay. So I go, and so this dude, he from Tuscaloosa, right? So he coming in with a whole team of just all this stuff, and I'm just like barely got a bag, trying to. I don't know what the setup is. So he comes and he checking everybody out. He comes over there and he's like, I've been on TV. I've been cooking in New York. And that's real country, right? Real country. I've been cooking in New York. And I was like, really? That's cool. You know, I'm all cute and little girl like. And I was like, that's cool. So he's like, yeah, he checking me out like this. He's like, where you from? And da-da-da. So, man, when they call my name, when they call his name for second place, he just kind of looked, because I heard him presenting his dish. He had all his people in the house, and they called my name as the winner. That dude couldn't take it. I was just like, oops. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, but I saw that. I said, I don't do that. When I go somewhere to talk, I'm going to competitions. I don't talk. I go and do like meet the chef, have fun, turn, because that's what it's about. But I do want to win. Okay. That's it. We got 2 more to go. Chocolate and mustard seeds, or chocolate and sesame seeds. I kind of already know what you're gonna say on this one, but you might surprise me.
Look, I ain't even go front. I'll have to go with it. I love sesame seeds.
I know, right? Like, who wouldn't choose the sesame seeds?
Yes.
I think I just had a dessert recently with the chocolate and sesame seeds in it. Okay,
but you know, if you make a chocolate taffy and roll it in some. You go take a chocolate taffy and you roll it in some spiced sesame seeds. That's it.
It's so simple because the flavors are like that earthiness. Well, it's more like a what would you describe the sesame seed taste?
It's more like a nutty, buttery.
Yeah, that's what it is. That buttery, that nutty, buttery mix. That goes so well with the chocolate. Okay, chocolate and rosemary or chocolate and lavender. I know you're gonna choose. Which one?
I ain't even gonna front. That's hard. But
really?
I'm gonna tell you like this. For me, that chocolate and rosemary though.
Really?
Right? And let me tell you, lavender is boom. Lavender
both
is
of them are strong now. They both strong.
Both of them are strong. Yeah. But rosemary for me has a more bold. So okay, chocolate. When we're saying these things, I'm thinking raw chocolate before we even sweeten it.
I got you.
I'm thinking like the base, but if you see chocolate, rosemary, right? It'll be similar to a couple things. I would do like a sauce with it. So I would do a savory chocolate rosemary sauce. Boom. Right, and the earthiness from the chocolate, and that boldness from the herbiness, and the earthiness from the rosemary will give it. It'll give it more of a ancestral taste for me.
This man just said ancestral. You just said ancestral taste. Writing it down. Hold on. Wait a minute. Ancestral. Who describes a flavor as ancestral? Y'all hear that? Oh my. Write your book, brother. You got to write your book.
Coming.
Oh my God. Ancestral taste. I'm legit writing this down. So look, I don't even want to get off this thing because it's so crazy. It is crazy. So that's our would you rather. Now we're going to go into the kitchen conundrum, right? So What is your most useful tool in the kitchen?
And then, you know what's crazy? My most useful tool is the rubber spatula.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I was thinking about that today. That heat resistant spatula.
Yes, with
Ooh.
the red handle.
Man, come
Boom.
on, man. Come on. I got cute with mine. I got a whole gray set. It's not, look, I said I ain't gonna get this ugly stuff that they use in the restaurant. I'm gonna get the little cute one. And so I got the
Exactly.
home version. Yeah, but it's cute. But yes, the red one is the one. By the way, when you're in the kitchen, the one with the spatula that has the red handle is the heat proof one. It's a whole science.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's amazing. I gotta follow him. So yeah, DJ, we're gonna
Oh,
get
hey. Okay.
this
Okay. Okay.
we're gonna
Hey.
get this information out in just in a minute. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now this is for you. I just did this
All
one
right.
for you because you're so what is it? Multi-passionate. Would you rather how would I say this? Do you think that you are more creative as a baker, a chef, or a designer, like a gemstone artist?
Damn. You know what's crazy? I can't even. I'm gonna be honest. Like my arts are so loyal to each other. I can't put them against each other. Like it's all the
Oh, I like
same.
that.
You
I
know what I'm
like
saying? Like it's
That's
all
like
the
having
same.
three
Like
babies and they say
yeah.
who's your favorite. I see. I
And
understand.
like
I
and
understand.
they all like, cause all of them ignite me. All of them is like all of them. The universe gave me those. I never went on YouTube or none of that. I never. The jewelry, the universe gave me that. The freestyling, I've been freestyling every day of my life. The universe gave me that. The
Wow.
food, I didn't make it through culinary school. The universe put me in place with proper mentors and humbled
Come on.
me so I could open up and accept all those arts that was given to me. So
You know what?
yeah,
I can see the most lit cooking academy ever with some of us in there.
mm,
Like I'm putting, man, my brain
let's
is
turn
going
up.
on fire. I'm
Let's
serious,
turn up.
man. Because these people need to get the true art and essence of cooking. And that's my thing.
Mhm.
I'm more about the science of cooking. So when you're
Yeah.
talking, I'm like, yeah, like I'm visualizing this. Oh my God. It's beautiful.
Yep.
It's beautiful. It's
Thank
sexy.
you.
Look.
Hey, sexy
Okay, I know,
baby.
right? Okay.
Ooh.
So this question I might not even need to ask you because
Mm-mm.
look, the way you just described so many things. I always ask, well, I try to ask the chef, what are your favorite food pairing? Like something that most people wouldn't think to put together, but you just said so many things. but, but what is that pairing the things you like to kind of pair together that most people, don't really do? Oh yeah,
um,
Khadijah said she want to be a student at our school. Yeah.
we need to talk. We need to talk. Hey,
No,
we need to
serious.
talk.
I'm
Cause
serious.
I got some things like say I got some things popping too, but we ain't gonna get
I
into
got
that.
you. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you. When the
let's
time is
do it.
right,
Cause
as
classes,
I got a friend, he always be like, "Girl, every time the doggone moon get there, is the moon right for you before you make a move?"
right.
I'm like, wow. So,
Hey, it's red. The
yeah,
moon is red
right.
right now. It's a full red
Hey,
moon.
come on
Hey,
now. Come on.
yeah,
We ready. So
you
look.
feel me?
Okay. So let me
Oh
see.
shit, my phone about to go dead. Okay, I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay. We're almost there. We almost how many more minutes you got on? I mean,
I
what's your
got
time?
like 5%. I wanna
Okay,
go
we
run
got
and get my block. But we good though. We good. Let's run it
okay, I
out.
got two more things. Okay. If you could spend a day with any chef, who would it be? Dead, alive, famous or not?
Anthony Bourdain, off
Dead. I like
him and Michael. What's my man? Michael Samuelson.
I can see that. I can see all of that. I can see that. Definitely. Hold up. We got a little statement here. We said you have to see him in his element. Look, Vet, if I see him in
Thank
any
you,
more of
Zach.
his element, yeah, he is. He is. Look, I'm loving. Look, this is our first time, so I'm gonna see him all the way in his element on next Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Uh
we're gonna yeah.
yeah, so
Yep.
speaking of that, let's let the people know because I know your battery is about to go. Tell the folks how to get in touch with you. I know I just posted it up, but let them know how to follow you, how to get in touch with you.
Okay, so we gotta do, it's your boy Chef T, baby. If you missed it the first time, you can definitely hit me up. I said Instagram. Instagram is my underground cook. We keep it underground, everything grows from underground.
Mhm.
Facebook, you can hit me up on the real name, Thyme Randall, you know what I'm saying? And you can email me at mindthecrowncook@gmail.com if you want personal chef services. If you want to get into the gemstone art, heal your aura and your soul. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that come with it. It's a limitless world. My slogan is live healthy, think limitless.
Man, you just took what I was going to say as far as lead the people with something inspirational or inspirational vitamin. Say it again.
Oh,
What's tonight's inspirational vitamin?
hey, it's live healthy, think limitless.
Live
I live
healthy.
by that.
I love it.
Think limitless. The only person that can limit you is yourself. The only person that can stop you is yourself. So that's why it's good to be yourself, because there's nobody better than yourself. Know yourself.
All the time. Look, Chef T, let me tell you something. I knew the night was gonna be lit, and I'm so happy the universe brought us together. Everything just aligned so perfectly. And this is probably going in my top shows that I really enjoyed. You know, so I've enjoyed all my shows. Really, the ones they messed up were the ones I really wanted everybody to see. But we are so grateful to have you on tonight. And hey, you guys, if you want to see more of this, now I wanted to tell y'all, I'm bringing this show to you all, you know, because it's a passion of mine. But I want to make sure that you all want to see this. And if you want to see more of it, and if you want to keep it going, I got a new camera, y'all. I got to adjust it, but I got a new camera, got a little mic. So I'm investing in the show. So if you all want to make a donation to the show or do some sponsorships, this the info right here. We got some classes coming up, some virtual classes for the holidays. So look out and follow us on Magic City Flavors Cooking Labs on Facebook, I'm still working on the Instagram. I'm gonna stop talking about Instagram. I gotta get better on Instagram and YouTube. This week, look, I gotta do right by Instagram. So check us out, y'all. We appreciate all the energy tonight. Chef T, you was amazing.
Thank you.
Y'all shared
This show is amazing.
Thank you. I
Your
really
setup is dope. Your whole setup, your whole glow, is dope. I love it.
Thank you. And I can't wait to work with you on Saturday. We're gonna turn up for the children.
We turning up with the kids. I love it. You know what? Because I'm gonna have a little river out there. He know I'm gonna turn up. So we gotta
It might be a little scary because you, me, and Ikevu, Mustafa. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
And I'm actually be doing the jewelry work. I'm gonna be making, while he's talking, I'm gonna be pounding out copper bracelets for people.
Right. And I'm gonna try to keep y'all both, together. I mean, keep y'all from cussing and all that. I'm trying because both of y'all are some major cussers. Now I am too.
Right.
So people know, but I can control, I gotta bring that feminine energy to the crew. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. So y'all check us out. We enjoyed y'all. Y'all have a good night. And brother, we will be in touch so we can work on some other projects. All right, y'all.
Let's do it.
Peace and blessings.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.